What's up, guys? All right, so time for a midday market recap. We're going to go over the trades from today. Today's the first day back in the office after a 4-day weekend. I took Friday off, so obviously there was no day 33 recap. Well, today is day 33, but there was no recap on Friday, no trades on Friday. I was tempted to trade when I was in the airport. I was in the airport right when the market was opening, and I was watching tops. And I made my watch list and everything, posted it for everyone. And on that one, I said that I liked it for a scalp only, but I didn't trust it. But I did like it for a scalp over 450 for a move up towards $5, and it broke 450 and went right up to 495. So it would have been a good scalp out of the gates. I think I could have done it with 4,000 shares, but I don't know. Trading from airport Wi-Fi is not probably the smartest thing to do. So I just decided to play it smart and no trades. I just sat tight, kind of walked you guys through what I was thinking on that one, and I think that was the right move. I think if I had traded, I would have. If I had lost, I definitely would have regretted it. I would have been like, that was stupid. And if I made money, I think I might have still felt a little guilty that it was too risky. All right, so here we are, Tuesday morning, back from the vacation, and for me, I was sort of thinking that I needed to kind of ease into the market a little bit today. Anytime I step away and I'm out for more than just the weekend, I kind of feel like I need to kind of get my sea legs back again in a way where I kind of transition back into the market. If I jump right back in, with like a 15, 20,000 share position, I can get myself just kind of underwater real quick. And so I wanted to sort of transition in a little bit more gradually today. And so the game plan was that I would take a couple trades out of the gates, hope to have winners on the first three, but limit my share size to 5,000 shares. If I could get some wins, build up that cushion, maybe then I would advance up to 10,000 or 15,000, but not until I built up a little cushion. So the net today is $2,605.84 on four stocks, which were a total of, I think it's 6 trades. I took 6 trades and had 5 winners and 1 loser. So that's 83% accuracy, which is pretty good. Average winners only 11 cents, average losers 12 cents. So kind of 1-to-1 ratio, but the accuracy was solid. Now, to walk you through the trades that I took today, I was pretty excited about the gap scanner. I thought it looked really good this morning. So let's pull this up here. For those of you watching on Facebook, I'll show you my gap scanner and my P&L today in 1 second. So 9 a.m. this morning. So this will be the gap scanner on the left. So that was the gap scanner as we looked at it this morning. There's my P&L for the day. This over here is my live trading account. So APOP, this was one of the ones I was watching pretty closely. It's in blue only because I have my mouse on it. APOP, 3.14 million share float. Headline this morning. So there was news out, gapping up 22%, 140,000 shares of volume. IG, gapping up 37%. So I was watching IG, APOP, IDXG I was also watching, and RLJE I wasn't super interested in. The volume was pretty light, but that was pretty much the thing I was really looking at out of the gates was APOP, and that was the first trade that I took. All right, so let's pull up APOP and I'll kind of walk you through what I was thinking on this one. All right, so APOP, we traded this last week, had some great trades on it, but it tapped twice this resistance level. It hit first 677, and then it came up a second time and hit 677. This morning, we were opening above that level. We gapped up to a high of 750 pre-market. And based on this pre-market flag, I could say, well, I want to get in this for the break of pre-market highs. So I want to get in at 750. The problem with that is we were consolidating pre-market right around the 9 moving average between 716 and 720, 730. And we actually had this high, which I circled in blue, right at 731, which was the high at 920. All right, so at 920, we hit a high of 731. And I said, I have two options here. Option number one is that I wait for the pre-market highs to break to get in. I'd be getting in at 750. But if I get in at 750, it's going to already have popped up 30 cents or 20, at least 20 cents before I'm able to get in, which with 5,000 shares is $1,000. So I said, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look to get in this right here, right over the break of that high at 731, with my first target being a retest of pre-market highs of 750. Now, if it retests the pre-market highs, hopefully we break over that level and we go up even higher. So the market opens and I take 5,000 shares at 731. Oops, 731, and you can see here in this candle, the market opens and we pop up to a high of 777. So I was actually up 50 cents, almost 50 cents on 5,000 shares, which is like $2,500. But I didn't sell it. I held it because I thought this had potential to get over $8. But what I did, which I wasn't doing last week, is I put my stop at break even. When it came back down in this red candle, I stopped out, break even. Actually, I made $100. I made 2 cents on 5,000 shares. So for me, I was really glad that I kept my stop. You know, that I didn't hold it as it went red because it ended up dropping down to 660. So I followed my stop. I mean, yes, I was annoyed that I wasn't able to, lock up the $2,000 profit, but I would have been a lot more annoyed if I ended up taking a loss on it. So popped up, didn't take the profit, thought it had more in it, came back down, stopped out flat. That was my first trade of the day. At that point, I was thinking, all right, well, that's not how I wanted to start my day. I obviously like to start with a winning trade, so now I'm kind of a little unsure, and I'm only up maybe $70 after commissions. Next trade was VRML. VRML was on the high day scanner, squeezing up here. You can see it moving up on this 5-minute chart. Now, when I saw it hit the scanner, I was like, all right, well, this looks good. Volume's coming into it. It's moving up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump in here and try to ride the momentum. So we had the high of this first candle. This is when it hit the scanner on this candle at 9:45, and then we pulled back. And on this pullback here, as we pulled back, I said, all right, if we look like we're going to break over 940, I'll get in. I ended up getting in 5,000 shares, 937, and then we popped from 937 up to a high of 237. We pop up to a high of 266. All right, so high of 266. That's 30 cents, or just about 30 cents, 5,000 shares, $1,500. Get a little bit of a pullback. I stop out of this with a total of, let's see, $980. So, not the biggest winner ever, but that kind of got me, on the map. That kind of gave me the trade that I needed today to get myself up to the daily goal and really help me build that cushion. So after that trade on VRML, I was like, all right, now I'm getting a little bit of a cushion. I can start to be a little bit more aggressive. BLPH, I jumped in this one, 5,000 shares when it hit the high day scanner. I got in at $1.30. It pops up to a high of $1.34. It felt, and normally I don't like trading this price range because this is often what they do. They pop up just a little bit, they don't follow through, and then, they're just choppy. Ended up only making 2 cents on that. $108. So that trade done, and then I was like, all right, look for the next one, and we've got AEHR. AEHR had news this morning of a $4 million order. So a headline this morning, someone calls it out in the room when it was at 4:45 and says, hey, take a look at this. I pull it up. I'm getting ready to get in at 450. I'm like, yeah, it looks good. There's a headline. I get in at the $0.50, and it pops up to 475. And so I said, you know what? I'll get in here. I'll just buy 5,000 shares, and I'll add over $5. This is strong. It's a strong stock. It's a former runner. It's got a good daily chart. It's spiking up right now with volume. We've got the catalyst. I'm going to jump in. Got in 475, 5,000 shares, and the stock is halted. It opened at, let's see, we opened at 4.99. So we opened up 25 cents and we squeezed up to a high of 5.28. At that point, I was again up like 2,500 bucks, but I was thinking, okay, this might continue to 5.50, maybe even $6. I'm going to ride the momentum. Well, it ends up rolling over, and I stopped out as it came back down at $5, which was about 1,200 bucks, right around there. Then I decided to get back in. I'll show you on the 1-minute chart. I decided to get back in for the break of $5 right in here on this candle. On this one, I only took 1,700 shares. I wanted 5,000, but I got a partial fill. Pops up to 505, and then it rolls over. I canceled my order, so I didn't get filled as it came back down, and then I stopped out at 480. So I gave back about 300 bucks on that, and I'm finishing the day up $1,036 on this name. So I was like, all right, not bad, not bad. Couple trades here, put me up about $2,000 on the day. And then I jumped in back into APOP. I saw APOP starting to curl back up on the 5-minute chart. So people in the room were like, hey, take a look at it. It looks good. I pulled it up. I said, yep, it sure does look good. So let's pull back the 1-minute chart here. All right, so I jump in at, let's see, right here at 750. Pops up to a high of 758, and then it drops all the way down to 720. So, I go from being up 8 cents to down 20 cents. And you never want to have that. That's like the negative profit loss ratio. On that one, I decided to hold through the pullback. And I was kind of like, all right, this is really not good. I was up $2,000 on the day. Now I'm holding through a 30-cent pullback. And I said, you know what? This is a good 5-minute setup. It looks like it's going to retest high of day right here. But remember what you did last week. Last week, when you took these types of trades and it dropped down, several of them popped back up just the way this did, I didn't sell through the pop because I still wanted it to go back to high a day. And I made that rule last week that if I get into a trade and I'm down like 30 cents or 40 cents, that I'm instead just going to try to get out break even. I'm not going to try to let that trade hold it to become a winner. I'm just going to accept the fact that I was down 30 cents immediately. It's not a good trade. Just didn't work out. Get out break even. Pops back up to 750, goes up to a high of 768, and in that pop, I was able to get out actually with a little bit of profit. I put my orders out to get out break even at 49, 55, and then in that pop, I was like, all right, hey, that's great. Capture a little bit of profit. So up 753 on the day, and that one trade added about $600. So, overall, and then at that point, I was like, I'm done for the day. That was a close call. I almost just gave back my daily goal, and I'm just going to be done for the day. I don't want to push it. I'd rather just close the day green. That's kind of the best way when you come back from a vacation or whatever, just kind of get back into it, close the day green, kind of get that confidence back up, and then that just is a better way to start the week. So I'll go into tomorrow, feeling good on finishing the day on Tuesday here with a green trade. Started the morning with $66,674 in my small account. Well, it's my only account now, but tomorrow I'll open just under 70,000, right around 69,000. So, that's pretty, definitely pretty impressive. This is day 33. I started 33 trading days ago with $583, and now I'm up to close to 70 grand, and I've got my eyes set on breaking $100,000, hopefully in March, and that'll be something that I'll be very excited about. So you guys have obviously been able to watch me grow this account from day one, and we've been doing these daily recaps every single day, and it's just the same strategy. I look for the top basically 3 to 4 stocks each day that I think have the potential to make a big move, the ones that I think have the potential to move 20 to 30%. Now, I'm being aggressive. I am being aggressive. I'll absolutely admit to that. If there's a stock that's going to go 20% or 30%, if I put my entire account into that stock, my account will grow by 20% in one day. If I put half my account into that stock, my account will grow by 10% in one day. And that's how I was able to grow this account to this level. Now, a lot of traders, long-term investors, stuff like that would say, never put all your money in one basket. Um, and I understand that there's certainly risk with that. If I look at my average dollar position size just for the month of February, it's $41,000 per trade. So, my account's now in the 60s, but, obviously at the beginning of the month it was quite a bit lower. So I've been using leverage, I've been using my margin, using that buying power, and I think that it's a tool. It's a tool that if you know how to use it safely, by all means, you can use it. But you have to recognize the danger and the risk that comes along with trading on margin. And that was especially true when I was trading at SureTrader because they gave you 6 times leverage. So, you put in $1,000 and now you've got 6,000 in buying power. So if you lose 6,000, well, you lost 1,000 of your own money and now you owe them $5,000. So, obviously there's risk in doing this, but we know day trading is risky, and I'm not afraid to take that risk when I know the reward potential. And that's what it's all about, risk reward. So, for me, if I had to be really aggressive and leverage my account, leverage that money to take $500 and turn it into 70 grand in 33 days, 33 trading days, then, it's what you're going to do. And the important thing to recognize is that if a beginner trader tried to do the same thing as me, 90% of them would fail. And I don't know if any of them would be able to get as far as I've gotten in this amount of time. I mean, you need a combination of years of experience and just good market conditions to be able to do this. But the reality is, if you have the skill set, if you've got the strategy, if you have the right tools, you can grow a small account. I mean, you absolutely can, and this is the proof of that. So in any case, that's where we're finishing up here today, day 33 of the $100,000 challenge. And I will see you guys all first thing tomorrow morning as we're building our watch list and hopefully preparing for a good day on Wednesday. All right, thanks guys. I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning.
Let's be honest. If you made it this far, you must have really enjoyed that video. So what's stopping you? Subscribe right here and get email alerts anytime I upload new content. Until then, happy surfing!